So hello everyone, I can say welcome back. My name is Grzegorz Klamra and I am responsible for digital solutions in Central Eastern Europe. After some break, finally we decided to relaunch the CEE Café. We had a lot of positive feedback from your side, and because of this, there is a lot of happening around HCL product development. We would like to share with you this information to keep you updated. And today's session, we will focus on HCL Notes Domino version 12.0.2. And as always, with me in this area is Peter Kunz, who is our guru, technical expert for digital solutions. I hope you will enjoy this session. And as Pet mentioned, this session is recording. And if you have some questions during the session, I think it's really good to raise a hand and ask this question. Pedro definitely can answer. So once again, welcome back, and Pat, like always, stage is yours.
Thank you, Grzegorz. Thank you. Yes, warm welcome to everybody who joined us this almost spring afternoon for the first HCL CEE Digital Solutions Café. I'm Peter Kunz, sending hello from Prague. We've got a little snow overnight, so it's not really like spring is coming, but yeah, we hope there will be warmer days. Today, we will focus on Notes and Domino version 12.0.2, and some things that I mentioned could be connected to the features and to the versions that are not yet released. So in this case, all future plans are still under consideration. So even if majority of what you will see is available right now, there could be things that are still planned, and that's why I need to show you this note. I am muting everybody right now. I'm clicking on mute all. And please, if you have a question, there is a chat on the right sidebar. You can switch to chat bar and type a question. We will answer the questions at the end of the session. And on the screen, you probably see the cameras and the slides. You can turn off cameras by selecting do not show any speakers, and then slides and live demonstrations will be across the whole screen. So it's better for your viewing performance. Digital solutions is not about Notes and Domino. We've got a lot of things in our portfolio. On the left side, there are client-facing, end-user-facing products like Notes, Verse, same time, connections for sharing, and so on. On the right side, we've got more backend and development-related products. Domino, Leap for low-code, no-code, REST API, VoltaMax for multi-platform experience, and so on. But today, we will focus on Notes and Domino mainly, as we advertise, and especially on version 12.0.2, which was released at the end of last year. So it's like three and a half months old. It is the latest version available for download on FlexNet. So almost everything what you will see right now today, you can download and deploy in your environment if you have valid support and can download the latest features. I split the content into three parts: news and updates for users, for admins, and for developers. We will spend some portion of the time in each of these groups because Domino 12.0.2 brought updates and new features for all type of users. So let's dive into end user perspective, which means clients. And I will cover three types of clients. First is HCL Notes, of course, classic rich Notes client, which looks right now. And let me show you. this is the latest Notes client 12.0.2. You can customize it a little bit. This is default. This is default look and feel. You can change background if you prefer dark theme, dark topics. You can use pre-selected images, or I prefer a little bit bright and yellow, of course, JPEG. So I've got this nice polygon background that could be applied as a background, and that's it. So you can consolidate, and you can set your working workspace that you will look at the majority of the day as much as you want. What you probably notice are also the bigger icons that we introduced in previous release. In today's release in 12.0.2, we added some tool that can help you bring the and build the bigger application icons like this one in tool that is built right into Notes and right into Nomad. I will show it later in the development section. What we added new in this Notes client. Let me switch. Yeah, this is the client. One note, some of you, and I noticed when we discuss it with customers, is yes, this is on the right, this is the latest workspace design. We would like to use the one that is in version 12.0.2 that is without the chiclets frameworks. There are no frames, and there are some frames. So if you want, there is a simple notes in the settings, and you can use it in policy or per user, whichever you prefer. So so we allow end users to customize workplace as they want. What we added in email is, let me switch, is ability to send email on behalf of someone else. So if you have multiple aliases, you can set that outgoing email is not sent as me, but I could have alias like admin, webmaster, support, or something like this. Those aliases are taken from person document in Domino directory. This is not the latest update. This is new in version 12, but not 12.0.2. What we added in version 12.0.2 is better integration of this feature in mail-in database, because in mail-in database, it is more likely that you would like to send email either as your name, like John Smith, or as a generic name like support or sales database. In the screen, I created a demo. On my server, I created a sales database. I created a sales database, and let me check this one. Mail-in database with the record in address book. And if I go to preferences for this mail-in database, you can set which people will be on the list that you can use as a potential senders, like in value of from. By default, it takes the values from the access control list, so access and delegation, and these people are taken from access control list. You say I specify for this mail-in database use alternate form, so I make the feature available for this specific mail-in, and since it is outside facing, I set to use internet name, not internal with these slashes and domain name, but this one sales at showcase blue. And I can use the people that can now there is also a special form for mailing database with all this information and the list of people that I can specify as potential senders. And then if I create new mail, I can choose if it is by default from sales or from me, from superadmin, or for Felix. And Felix is the guy that already agreed. Hey, in my name, you can send emails from this mailing database because I'm part of sales team and I solve sales issues for my customers. You can ask other people, hey, Mark and Sarah, please, I am sending you a request that we would like to use also sending on your name, sending on behalf of your name. If you agree, click on the email, click on agree, and it is added. So another feature for mailing databases that are used in the organization. What we added also, and what we added recently in 12.0.1 and improved in 12.0.2 is dynamic integration with online meeting, conferencing services, or video chats, or webinar platforms, or something like that. We are using one right now. It's GoToMeeting, that it's our customer facing for huge audiences. We allow integration with 5 types right now. You can see them on the screen. GoTo, Teams, WebEx, Zoom, and same time, of course. And it works this way. You have Notes client and a calendar, and I would like to plan a meeting for tomorrow. So I'm selecting the slot and project series, for example, project series, this one, and I will not select room like room 201 or paste URL or something. I say this will be online meeting, and I already configured same time as one of these five potential online meeting providers. It's easy. You just click, for the first time, you click edit and you use your username and password. You've got token and it is stored securely in the database and you can use it. So now this is what I did, for example, yesterday. And now I can use, just by clicking same time meetings like this one, and send invitation. I did not specify any sorry, I did not specify any specific meeting room on my same time provider and so on. And it just connected using my credentials, the meeting platform, created a room on same time, in this case on same time for me, use the meeting name as a human readable name in the URL, then use the code taken from the Domino unit, using my name and some unique IDs. And that's it. And it added optionally, because we have set same time meetings to use call-in numbers for those who cannot use audio video from PC. So we have access codes. And this was also added automatically. If I do deny, if I cancel this meeting, it connects to the remote server, to the remote same time, in this case, delete, and notify same time. Hey, the owner canceled the meeting, so we do not need your online meeting that you created in same time. So please, same time server, please delete this serious meeting. It is not needed anymore. So this preserves the clutter and so on. So this is Domi. It is part of the code right now, so you can just deploy the latest template and use it in your environment. I know that some customers use it with Teams and Zoom. Those are probably most used in these regions, and I know customers are experiencing and connecting these services with Notes and Domino. This is part of the license, no additional fee for this, but you will of course need account on these services. So if you want to use GoToMeeting, you need to log in, the same as WebEx and Zoom. And in some providers, you need the paid paid subscription, not free. For example, Zoom or WebEx can provide free subscription for 45 minutes, but they do not provide this API integration for those free users. So you would need paid Zoom or WebEx account. Speaking about calendars, we added an integration with cloud exchange, exchange in the cloud for checking free and busy time, and I will show you it later when I will cover web mail client, which is Verse. So this is also asked by our customers. Half of the company uses Domino, some of the company uses Exchange in the cloud, and they would like to know the busy time of the Exchange people in Domino. So I will show you that you can use it. You can use it right now. And the time is now for this web interface. We are continuously improving Verse. Verse is our web client. Let me put it here, and I will show you Verse right now on my production server. This is Verse, latest version 3.0, and just updates that we released in the latest version. We created new contacts design. It was asked by customers and partners. So you do not need to use the old classic iNotes style contacts. Now it is written in React and in modern design. So you can view and edit, update, create these contacts documents. It is synchronized with your mailbox, so you can use it also on desktop, on Notes client, for example. We added an option to view to view content of Office files without need to download them. So for example, this one, I've got attached document, Word, and I just click on it and it is downloaded, and Domino will create a preview, something like web view of this Word, Excel, or PowerPoint file. So this is also new in the latest version of Webverse. Now, time for calendar. I promised you updates in calendar. Yeah, this is my calendar. And let's say, for example, I need to plan meeting for tomorrow for two of my colleagues. This one, for tomorrow, Friday, more options. It will be more complex. And Project Orion, not Sirius Orion, this one. Verse offers me free time guide or free time schedule assistant. It says me, okay, it is just you. So for you, you have these slots, almost every slot is free. Now I add my colleague from the same Domino company, let's say Domino domain, colleague Thomas Hampel. And now you see it shrink because now it has to find free time for both Thomas and me. And the second one, I use Stefano from, let's say, from the another company, not on Domino, on Exchange in the cloud. And if I, you see, it took a little bit more time because it had to now contact not only local Domino, but also Exchange in the cloud. And if I click on Find the Time, it is also a new interface in the latest verse. And now we have it in graphical form. So this one, first two people are from Domino, and the last one, Stefano, is from Exchange. And now I can use like drag and drop. Yeah, it's green. I can squeeze it. I can use suggested time. Okay, Friday is not, so let's find something on Monday. So I click on Monday, it switches to Monday, and I say, okay, and make it a little bit longer. Done. And now I can use this one. I can plan for one. So this is new in latest version of Verse. And now you probably noticed this on time link. This is another integration if we speak about calendar. And let me show you this on time update, on time. I will show you now on demo server, not on production data. This is demo. Yeah, and this is on time. This is extension for Notes and Domino on time group calendar, developed by a business partner that is installed on Domino, connects to Domino data, uses Domino authentication like username and password, and it allows you to see and modify and use and plan Domino calendar data for your employees. So this is a list of employees in my demo environment, and I can see the details that they allow me to provide. I'm now admin, so I see details. In the real situation, you would see details only for those people and for those events that are public. For example, if you have shared calendar with Jane, you will see Jane's detail. If Jane does not disclose you details of her calendar, you will just see, hey, Jane is busy tomorrow afternoon. You can specify how much do you want to see. So for example, show me 5 weeks, big overview if you plan vacations or something. If you want detail, you just click on the magnifier and it unveils the detail for this day, close up. You can specify if you want to see weekends or not. It's pretty customizable. Show weekends, no. So I have more place for this one. You can use it to see details for a specific person. So Kiera, clicking on Kiera, details taken from person document from names NSF and plans for Kiera for the following days. You can use it for planning your own meeting. So if I say, okay, now I can plan meeting for me, just for me. But if I want to invite more people, I can simply click Heidi, Lucy, and for example, Felix, and I will plan meeting for them. And I just select, click, and I've seen, no, this is red. It's in conflict with Felix. Felix is not available at the time, so I can, yeah, this one, Felix is available, and 1 hour is enough. And now I can place the invitation. The web is only, the front end, it is stored, the data are stored in NSF, so it is one-to-one, it is instantly stored in NSF database. Yes, an update for this one is, it is created by third-party business partner called Intravision, and we've got a partnership with them, something like with Panagenda. And if you are a customer with CCB licensing, it means CCB or CEO licensing, you can download this product, this Domino extension for free, and you can deploy maximum 25 or 50 users. So if your company has, I don't know, 200 people, you can test it and try it and deploy for 50 users for management or people that heavily use these calendar features. You can test it, and if you say, yeah, it's fine, we would like to deploy to the whole company, then you will buy licenses for the remaining people. So it's a great way how to download and deploy on your servers. So this is pretty new. It was announced also during this winter. And last in the user session, the last client is HCL Nomad. We have two, let's say, two flavors of HCL Nomad. One is Nomad for mobile. Another is Nomad for web. Let me show you some updates in Nomad for mobile. Yeah. This one. So this is my screen, and my phone, I will click on this second icon for HCL Nomad. Nomad presents you NSF application that sits on your Domino server through native 1352 communication protocol, so it is secured. All you need is to install Nomad client on Android or Apple device, and then you simply, after you log in for the first time, you simply can use it. And I will show you 3 types of applications how Nomad can present them. So first type is if you do not do any change to the application, like this one. So I'm clicking on this one, and it opens application without any change, without any touch. So we can see it's Notes application, but on small screen. So Nomad helps me to browse through frames. So first frame, second frame, and now it is better, and I have more space, so I can use it. Second application is where this Domino designer, Domino developer, did some small updates, and it is in this travel application. I click on it, and he did some changes, like changed views, so it contains less columns and more rows, because people like to scroll vertically and not horizontally on mobile devices. He also moved left side navigator to these 2 icons at the top. Yeah, so still all using Lotus script and Lotus formulas, nothing more. And third one is where Domino developer spent some time, and this inventory manager spent some time and think, okay, we've got a lot of feature in our desktop client, but on mobile, what I would need for application on mobile. And they decided, I need these 4 main functionalities. Create new order, check existing orders for approval, give me client list, or give me inventory of my products. This is top most features required by end users in the field. So if I click and let me show you utilization of mobile devices. If I click on new order, now I can use drop down and select, okay, new order, select the product, select by name, click on the green button, and I can select, let's say, cancel. If I'm right in front of the product, I have a barcode, and let me show you. Here is the barcode on the second screen. I showed barcode on the second screen, and click on blue button, scan. Yes, I want to scan barcode, and now you will see, okay, it's catched. Clicking on icon, magnifier icon, it take the value from the barcode, did search in the drop down in the view, and presented me, okay, yes, this is the product Carpet Liveway, the toy, and I can save the order and use it later in workflow approval. So this is an example how you can use mobile device and utilize things like camera or GPS to enhance look and feel and features that your Domino applications offer. Of course, you can use it offline. Since it's mobile, you are not always on Wi-Fi or mobile data. You select applications, click on replicate, and the applications will be synchronized to your device, like on desktop. And this is quick summary of Nomad on the mobile, with demonstration of reading QR code or barcode. And now on web, we've got a Nomad on the that runs on the web browser. In this case, you do not need to install client side, because client is a browser. That's the point. All you need is a browser. But you need to install something on your server side on Domino. It's like with the Traveler or Verse. You've got simple mobile client and some extension on the server side. This is my production Nomad running on our production server, and you can see that for the first time it did not import. It did import of my tabs, showcase blue, and this is from my rich text from my as you see, the icons are the same because they were imported for the first time when I ran Nomad on this machine. It used workspace from my Notes client and configure it so it looks almost the same as on the rich client. I can use application the same way as I do on. I do not need this one. Let me show you one. As I do on Notes. Oh man, internet. No, it's easy now. Luckily, I can start it. I hope it's not Chrome problem. I can start it again. And you see what it does. It's all the configuration. Security Marvel client is something that takes information statistic from this client, sends to Domino, and that's it. This is where I finished. All I need is a browser and start it again. And if you want, you can work with the applications as you did on the Notes client. The great usage is for employees that do not require full and the whole day access to NSF databases, to NSF applications, or external collaborators. You have important data in Notes NSF. You want to give access to external people from external companies, from another government organization that you work with, exchange data, and so on. Until now, you had to give them Notes client, Notes ID, and take care about update fixes and so on. With Nomad, you just give them URL, username and password, and it gives them almost one-to-one user experience like Notes client, and it does automatically updates. So if admin deploys a new version of Nomad on the server, next time a user starts Nomad, there is a small icon. Hey, new version is available. Click on this, and it will refresh the binary cache in his or her local browser. Of course, you can use offline access as well, because it would not be Notes client without offline access. So I specified the same two applications. And if I want to replicate, just click replicate, and all data will be synchronized between server and my device. Okay. Nomad, we are releasing Nomad Web almost every quarter now, or it looks like every quarter one version. This is an overview of what we released last year. This year is pretty new. This month we released 107. This is the version that I just showed you. And yesterday, coincidentally, I've received an email that everybody who has a demo account on our HCL sandbox environment, where you can play with Nomad Web for free, that it was updated for version 108 beta. So we are progressing in adding new features, and it's definitely worth trying if you are using apps on Domino and have mobile devices. One update, one mention. If you've heard about Nomad Web, for example, half a year or 1 year ago, it existed, but at that time it required a special component called safe links, special PC, and it acted as a gateway placed in DMZ. It means it requires Domino plus something. Now it requires mainly Domino only. So if you are Domino admin, you do not need to learn and deploy safe links, a relational database, or something like this. It deploys right on Domino. You shut down Domino, deploy, unzip Nomad, start Domino, and that's it. So it is pretty easy to deploy. No. Oh, wait. Come on. So if I summarize HCL Nomad, both mobile platform and the web one, it allows you as a Domino admin and Domino developer, someone who is responsible for IT in your organization, to give your users, internal and external, to access securely your application and data on Domino using all of these ways, like mobile, tablet, iPhone, desktop application, web application, and using it from device of their preference. So either traveling on mobile device, sitting behind the table with PC or desktop, using platform of their choice. So it could be Windows or Mac. On mobile, it could be Apple or iPhone. And as I showed you, you can use it online and offline, even if you are not on Notes client, but as well as on mobile and web Nomad. So we cover all usage in our portfolio, and all you need to know is Lotus script and Lotus formulas, and you can develop application for all these platforms running on Domino. Now, time for moving to admin section, which means we will not talk about Nomad, Notes, or Verse, but we will talk about Domino. I switch it, or I separated it into two parts. First one is operations, and the second one is security. So what is new in Domino 12.0.2 for admins and in operations field, like make their life easier, to handle more tasks in a shorter time, to give them some automation tools, and so on and so on. First note that I put on this slide, note I did not cover all the features, only those that are important or that I think could be of use of you. The full list of what is new in 12.0.2, of course, in the product documentation. So one improvement is in DAOs. DAOs, Domino Attachment and Object Store, is here since version 8.5, which is 15 years. It is working, companies use it, but security evolves during these 15 years a lot. So we have new encryption standards, new ciphers, new key length, and so on and so on. So it means if you encrypted some NLO object 15 years ago on version 8.5, you probably would like to re-encrypt it using the latest security algorithm that we added in version 12 for Domino. So in version 12.0.2, we added an option, DAOs encryption manager, with commands list or convert, and in first one will show you all the NLO objects and which encryption method they use, and convert helps you convert everything to the latest encryption standard used in DAOs. So this is the way how you can make your data at rest more secure. Speaking about automation and helping admins, if you know admin requests are a great helper for Domino admins. They can automate a lot of tasks, but some tasks are triggered only when end user like John or Mary opens Notes client, connects to the server, and it triggers some operations like renaming a user. And in version 12.0.1 and 12.0.2, we added more operations. We introduced a helper or sidecar or Wingman for admin process. It is called admin queue, like administration quick, and it takes care of these requests like renaming, uploading new keys, key rollover, recertification, and so on for users that do not use Notes client anymore, that use iNotes, Verse, Nomad, and so on. So for these users, now you can safely rename and recertify without forcing them to open Notes client. Speaking about clients and upgrades, you know that USA admin, you take care about server side. You take care of it, you polish it, you update to the latest ODS format, ODS version, so it can benefit from the performance, security improvements, and so on. But on the client side, we admins often do just client upgrade and it works and done. For those admins that do not care actively about on-disk structure of NSF databases on client side, good news. Since 12.0.2, once you do upgrade, client upgrade, and the client starts, the client automatically updates ODS structure of local NSF databases on the client to the latest ODS version. It does it automatically. If you are a safe admin and you want to do it yourself, or from any other reason, if you want to disable this feature, of course we offer iNotes option. So if you use this switch, this will not happen. In version 12, we introduced one-touch setup that helps you to do Domino server automatic installation and configuration. One touch, without filling a lot of fields. You just put it into the JSON file like you see on the screen, and then pass it to the server. It's sensitive. You need to use proper formatting, commas, and so on. And if you do some glitchy, some mistakes, the server setup says, "Oh, you sent me JSON. It is improperly configured. I cannot do this setup." So now we offer a tool in Domino Administrator version 12.0.2 where you can put the JSON. You can upload the JSON. You can say, hey, I want to use this JSON to set up the server. Please, Notes client, check if it is properly configured. And it will say you, yes, this is properly configured, or no, there is error on line 57, and you check it and you see there is missing comma or more comma, or you have typo in the field name. For example, instead of host name, you got host names. And this tool will find the error and say, hey, I do not know what host names is. So you check it and put the name correctly. In version 12, we introduce backup and restore feature and functionality. It is great. It moves the burden of backing up Domino databases live from the right side, from third-party backup software to left side to Domino. So before version 12, if you would like to backup Domino live running, you need to use and purchase backup software with Domino Backup Agent that can backup NSF live and running, and backup is still consistent. Now we move this part to the left side, so you can use any type of backup software that can backup file system, which is every backup software by default. And in version 12.0.2, and we are increasing, it's pretty open, it's documented, it's on GitHub, and we are releasing more integrations with third-party software, which is VM. And in 12.0.2, we introduce interaction with VM using volume shadow copy that is used on Windows. So if you use VM with these snapshot features, now you can use it with Domino. You can do images of Domino, and it is it is still running. You don't need to turn off Domino to backup it. So this is new in version 12.0.2. There is a video, I do not show it. Security. Second part for admin, security. You know, Domino is heavy, is taking care of security since the first version back in 1990s. Security is our DNA. So now some updates. What you probably do not notice is update of forms for certificates, for root certificates in names NSF. If you open it now, you will see there is more information. You will see also a key size, which algorithm is used, whether it is SHA or elliptic curves or something like this. You will see the validity until when this root certificate is valid and so on. So if you need it for, let's say, internal security audit or documentation of your Domino security environment and so on, you can use this. We increasing security standards. You can use now 256-bit AES, and on Linux you can use Selinux for better security on this Linux operating system. We also updated OpenSSL that is used in the Notes and Domino from version 1 to version 3, which is pretty big leap, and it is FIPS 142 compliant, which is used in US and some organizations that rely on these US government standards. So it is pretty secure. Certificate manager is something that we added in version 12, and we also increased in 12.01, 12.02, and so on. And this is a replacement of command line in version 10 and version 11, where you had to use OpenSSL and Kir tool and key tool and everything. Now you have it back in your hands in NSF in nice user interface, as you see right now. And what we added in this new version in 12.02 is better support for micro CA, which is certificate authority. If you do not have corporate, you do not want to public Let's Encrypt or VeriSign or something, you can create your own micro CA, for example, for testing or education or something like this one. But what can be useful for any admins is that if you create a certificate document, you can scroll down and check enabled for health check and say, hey, this is running this site. In my case, it could be Orion Showcase Blue, for example, in my demo server. So we can say it. And once a day, Domino, this cert manager task, will check it and will download the certificate from the server and check the validity. And if the validity is close to be expired in a few days, it will send you warning like, hey, this server certificate will expire in 25 days, so you should update it or let it update automatically or something like this one. So this is good. Domino will let you know that your public web certificates will expire before they expire, and you have to solve it Monday morning or something like this one. Speaking about security, we added OIDC support for OpenID Connect. It's like better version of SAML, of federated authentication services, and you can connect it to like more public-oriented providers like Google or Yahoo, or you go to more business-oriented. We've got request for Keycloak, for using Keycloak as OIDC provider, or Microsoft Azure or something like this. So with version 12.02, we added support for OIDC, and you can start playing with it and exploring. Now, three things about messaging and Domino messaging and outgoing messaging, SMTP. You know that it is. I've read a statistics that about 90% of traffic in my region that was last year was spam. So of course, big providers like I don't know, Google, Microsoft, big public mail providers will take care what servers deliver emails to them, and it means you as a server who sends like SMTP outgoing, you need to configure your mail server to be properly recognized by the recipient SMTP server. And in 12.0.1, we introduced a feature that allows you to do DKIM signing for outgoing. So it's like signing using private and public key like on the user side, but this is on server side, so you do not need to deploy keys to add to each user ID. It is done once on the server side, admin configure it, and now each email that left your Domino SMTP to another server is digitally signed. It's not encrypted, it's signed, and the recipient can confirm, yes, this email is from company Showcase Blue. I check it with the DNS record, and it was not modified during transition. Another protocol, SPF, is specifying who is allowed to send email on behalf of your domain. So I'm domain Showcase Blue, for example, and I specify in DNS which IP addresses or host name can send email outgoing and have from Showcase Blue. And the recipient SMTP server, if Domino contacts him, can check. Okay, here is a SMTP server claiming that he is from domain Showcase Blue and wants to deliver some email with from Showcase Blue. I'm checking DNS and I see, yes, this server is or is not allowed. And if not, it goes to junk, to spam mail, or it is rejected. And if it is allowed, okay, green light, and then you can go on. This is new in version 12.0.2. And in 12.0.2, you can do it also on the incoming side, but Domino is the inbound and some other server is sending email to you. So on Domino in configuration document, you can set what happens. You can set if you will check DKIM and SPF, and what happens if it is incorrect, and what happens could be like delivered to junk mail. So this is new for DKIM as SPF support, and we also added support in 12.0.2, which is pretty new, 12.0.2, support for content scanning. Domino does not have out of the box antivirus check. We cooperate with third parties, so you can install antivirus, anti-spam either on your, let's say, gateway servers or directly on Domino with Domino binaries. Now in 12.0.2, we did something like we did with backup. We say if there is a email incoming with attachment, and you set this configuration, this ICAP integration, and Domino router is configured. If incoming attachment is received, and take this attachment and pass it to specified ICAP server. It could be local, it could be software as a service somewhere in the cloud. You pass this, I don't know, PDF, Excel file, Word document, you pass it to the servers. Server will scan it instantly and send you back. It's okay, and it's not harmless. There could be some malfunction, some wrong code hidden in this PDF or Word document or something. And Domino acts on this scan. So if Domino receives warning not okay from this ICAP server. It can either drop it or put it into quarantine. You can see the Domino applications on the screen below. So if you are in charge of security, Domino, messaging, and so on, and use some sort of scanning, this is the way that you can use or put into your portfolio of Domino messaging security. And I will end admin section with the latest update, which is another tool for free, available for download. You will have a link soon. And it is called Domino License Analytics Utility, or LAW or DLAW. And you can use it to check your environment for end user accounts. It scans your environment read-only and give you overview of users who has user accounts, who has access to your servers, internal, external. You can use it to find, hey, we have 10 users that we fired last year, but they still have person documents and they can still access our server. So we should close it, put them into deny access groups, and so on and so on. Plus, it is called license analytics. So it also gives you a supporting numbers for buying licenses. So in the top left corner, you will see 163. So it means if I am using CCB licensing, I need 133, at least 133 CCB users. If you use external, because in CCB you can use CCB for internal and CCX, cheaper licenses for external people, but they need to have lower HCL and so on. This tool can recognize it as well. So it gives you a number. You need 150 internal licenses and 75 external CCX licenses. So it is a great way. This is where you can download from, and the wizard is pretty easy. It almost like next 5 steps. You almost select nothing. It will just confirm you these steps that it did. So it likes, I am scanning your servers. I found five servers in your organization. Okay. I found 200 users in your names NSF. Okay. I found 5 deny access groups that I will use for analytics. So you click next, then wait a couple of minutes, and you've got this report. It is not installed on server. It is running as a local NSF on your machine. You do not need to install anything, no binaries, nothing. You just you need Windows client, and download this one and put it into local folder and use it. Okay, third part is for admins, for developers. What we offer in version 12.0.2 for Domino developers. We now allow to share the code, the classes and libraries in 12.0.2, both in Java agents and in XPages. You do not need to copy paste. You can use one code and share it in these two let's say use cases. In speaking about XPages, we updated built-in CKE editor for XPages. We added more. Now we can use more features for links and tables. So this is updated out of the box, as well as widget for uploading files in your application. So this is what we updated. If you use XPages, you can test it in this new version. For Notes developers, we sorted alphabetically variables in debug view in debugger. So if you start debugger and you search for something, it is now sorted alphabetically. Hope you will find it useful. We added a completely new, let's say, type of rich text field, and it is connected to the Nomad that I showed you, a couple of minutes ago. Nomad on, especially Nomad on mobile. So if you use QR code, you do some inventory, you scan it, you say, okay, now I have this amount of goods or something, and I would like to confirm that it is okay. As if we know the security, so if the people in the field is logged in and it's secured and it says okay, it is encrypted digitally and so on. But in some countries or in some legislation rules, you need to to do like signature on paper or using some pen. So that's why you can add this type of field, and the guy who do the order confirmation or inventory checking can quickly type the signature and save, and it is stored as a signature picture in the document. You, as a developer in 12.0.2, can now use this simple line of codes to check the status of encryption of NSF database, and you can modify it. So you can encrypt or unencrypt and set how strongly it can be encrypted. So you can use nodes and Java classes to do this database encryption automatically or in the code. And what we added on designer side, and it is pretty new in this Nomad and 12.0.2 version as well, is Restyle. We are helping developers with putting the Domino applications on devices. You see that without any much recording, I was able to use application on Nomad Web or Nomad Mobile. And now we allow developers or companies without proper developers or developers that are too busy to do simple update changes. So for these use cases, we offer to change the design, look and feel, and only design, not the code, but only how it looks, to change it from, let's say, old user interface to some new unified style. And let me show you how it works. Yeah, I've got application. I should have application. Yeah. This one. It's pretty old. Let me show you how old it is. Help about. Yeah, July, like 24, 20, almost 25 years old. It is still working. Yeah, maybe you have some application that looks this way as well. And now I want to modernize it to look the same on web, mobile, and Notes client, to make some colors unified and so on. And now you can use either 12.0.2 client, like application Restyle, or you can use, and let me find some web, this one. It should be this one. Let me check if I can open it. Reload again. Or Nomad that is running on the same server. This server, by the way, is running locally. It's running on my Mac workstation, and I use Docker container image and one-touch setup. So I can start it within like 10 seconds and shut down the server almost instantly, and it does not use much resources, only what is needed for Domino. So the client is started. And in this version of Nomad 107, let me check if I can open it. It should look the same as you saw on the Notes client. CPU is full. It's opening. Yeah, you see, it looks the same. And now I right click, application restyle, and there is a information warning. I say, hey, this tool that runs only on client as well. There is no need to install anything on server. You can have older version of server and you need just the latest Nomad or latest Notes client. And it's a, I will change your design. So you should have backup. Either it is based on default template like discussion or theme room, or probably it's customized. You should have NTF. If you do not have before you do no, and you create copy or just copy with design without data, so you can replace it later. Yes, I have copy. And now it shows me 3-step wizard, 3 or 4-step wizard, this one. And in the first step, I specify color. I can choose like, teal, pink, orange. What we introduced in version 107 is using custom color because you can have your company, for example, this one, this red. So it's specific red. It's not the one of the 7 defaults. And now I can specify if it should be more dark, more bluish. This is more like bluish. This is like creamy, for example, this one. Next. Now you specify what you would like to change. Forms, navigators, outlines, and Restyle component in Nomad or Notes will do auto guessing. So it thinks, yes, for application title, I should use this subform or this form or this frame. So I will try to not modify anything in this demo. And now it's a third step says, how much do you want to modify? Should we modify also background colors in tables or in forms? Remove images that are as a background in titles? Yes, I want to modify everything. I want to see full power of Restyle. And this is also new in the latest version, changing icons. And this is what I promised you when I first showed the 12.0.2 client, and I said, I will show you how you can do these better looking icons. I can keep the existing one or create a new. And now I have wizard. I can choose circle or round. So it is it's like some skyscrapers or some high towers. So it should be this one, not flat. Let's put some gradient and some high buildings. This one, enterprise. This one, this building. Okay, restyle. Now I click on it and it took a couple of seconds. And now it modifies all these outlines and forms and action bars and do changes. It does not touch business logic. It does not touch content. So if you have rich text fields and so on, it does not touch user content. And once it is finished, the final design is stored in this application, in this NSF. So we are modifying, application in production. We are modifying application in production, and once it is done, you can access it again from mobile, from web, and from Notes client, even from older versions.
Excuse me, I have a question. Can I have for you, Pat? So Domino and Restyle, Domino HCL and Domino Restyle are the same tools under one license?
Yes, it is. Yes. This is not. This is just an enhancement. It's like, I don't know. It's like a new feature in email, for example. This is not specific license. you do not need to buy it. You do not need to install it. You do not need to install it. It is
okay.
yeah, it is part of the menu. Okay, open.
Okay. Thanks, my friend.
And now let's see. And it is changed. It used the red. It used this type of red for action bars. It modified the left side navigator, the outline. Also the red unread is modified. And if I click in, the content is not modified. The content, if this one, oh nice, yeah, it's nice obstacle on the road. Yeah, so the content is the same, only look and feel is modified. You can play with it. You can use Restyle again and again. If I do application Restyle, now I can choose different type of color, different light colors and so on. So this is Restyle. We as I mentioned, there is a new version 1.0.8. This one is the latest production 1.07. And on our public sandbox there is 1.0.8, and this 1.0.8 should have updated Restyle component, which allows you, there are more features like updating I think action buttons, adding default outline or something like this. So there are more features in this Restyle. I did not check it yet because it was released yesterday afternoon. So probably during weekend I will explore this new beta version of this Restyle. And yeah, and last part that is, and let me scroll, let me go to the presentation, this one for designers, last, let's say 5-8 minutes, is another update for those who do not code only in Domino, in pure Domino. And now you can see in pure Domino you can cover both web, mobile, and Notes client. But those who need to integrate, who need to allow other third-party tools, either within company or outside, access Domino and either read data or push or modify it or import data from other SQL system or something like this. So in 12.0.2, 3 months ago, we introduced Domino REST API. You probably know it as a project Keep, which was a code name. So it is now ready. The latest version is 1.0.2. So since November, we released 1.0, 1.0.1, and 1.0.2. So almost every 2 months, a new version is released. So you see, we are improving and we are investing, and we think this is important for all this integration stuff. This one is not, you have to download and install it like you are downloading Traveler and downloading Verse. It is without any additional fee, but only for CCB and CEO licenses. If you have Express or if you have Enterprise, you can convert to CCB either during renewal or before renewal. If you contact your business partner or someone from HCL, we can arrange a conversion. So those who have CCB or CEO licenses can now today go to FlexNet and download Domino REST API 1.0.2, deploy it on your server, and it gives you access to your Domino databases. And also, let me show it to you live. It's better. I should have it reload. I deployed it on my demo server. It is managed via web console, web interface. This is it. The installation is not complex. You shut down server, you install something, you do some configuration in Notes ini, you start it, set up username, password, and done. So this is interface. It's running on the same Domino server, but running on the different port. You see 8880. And what I already did is that I defined a access for one demo application. There is a demo application, and I think I put it somewhere or blue. Yeah, this one. I think it is this one. Demo data, customer records, several forms, several fields, just for testing and filtering access from outside. And this is demo NSF, and I specified this tool, this Domino REST API, to allow access to this demo NSF. So you see, it is not open by default. You do not, by installing, you do not open, you do not disclose your Domino to the world so they can access your data freely. No, you have to specifically say which database, like this one, demo. Then you need to specify which forms. There's 4 forms, and I enabled all 4 forms. Which views you want to open to be accessible for us, which agents, and also fields. So for customer field that I show you, customer form has several fields. So these are the fields, and I can say, okay, via REST API, I allow changing email, read and write, but first name and last name is only read only. And you can specify this one in this interface. Then you can access it, and access is through REST API. You can see it. You have it documented in Swagger, which is part of the deployment. Here it is. Data, all the definition. Okay, give me definition of document. So you have all the syntax and definitions in here in examples. Then you can download and configure Postman, like API testing tool, REST client. And I did it. I am accessing my server. I configured, connected to this host name, username, and password. That's what I did. And let me show you quickly how the access via REST API works in this tool. First, I need to log in. It's not for anonymous access. So I first obtain a token. Yes, token for super admin. That's me. Now I have token valid for some time, and now I can work and I can ask for requests. And let's, for example, data. Let's start with data. Give me a list of scopes. Give me a list of databases that I can access via REST API with my username and password. Names, metrics, and demo. Demo is mine. Give me all list of views in demo, for example. Give me a list of views. You know, I exposed 4 or 5 views. Yes, these 5 views. Okay, I'm interested in this, all views. It should contain all documents. So give me all documents in view data. And this is what you send to the server. List, this is encoded. All data source and demo. Send. And this is what I received as a JSON payload back in the, and I said, this is the list of documents. You can have read and write access not only for data, but you can access the design as well. So for example, give me design elements for the demo NSF database. There are some forms, agents, and so on. I can even say, show me code. Show me code for this one, for one agent that is running. Agent, and you can see the code that is pulled using this REST API because someone approved using REST API for this agent. And we have not only classic REST API, we have also open data, and this should be my last demo. I have open data, and open data means you can consume it in all open data clients. It could be Salesforce, it could be other, I don't know, web providers, web consumers. It could be Excel also. Yeah, I know. So I take this URL and put it into Excel. Here is Excel. I already did it. Blank. Did I take it? Copy. And in Excel, I do data from open data field. Now I paste URL. Yeah, a couple of seconds. It's virtualized. It's in a virtual machine. Come on, it please. Yeah, finally. Paste this URL. Okay. It's contacting the server. It's running in the US. It's, I think, Amazon US East region. It connected through this open data access point, you see, and I allowed only access to customer form, even if allowed access to 4 forms through generic REST API. For open data, I set only customer and only specific fields. Okay, transform. This was preview. And now in Excel, using Excel tools like you know from filtering columns and sorting and all these types of filters you can do in Excel. So now in real life, I can filter data from Domino. So I say in this input, yeah, I do not want this column, it's ID, remove, show me only customers which has preferred colors, only this first 4, let's say, okay. And done, save. It was bizarre, and now it is saved in Excel. And in Excel, I can play with it, do charts, all the modifications. Now getting data, it's live. If I want, I can modify it later just by clicking on this one and update the filters and so on. And this one is taken live from the Domino source. So this is power of open data access. And now you can use this access through REST API. And summary, we are going to the to the very last section. We covered only Notes and Domino on purpose because it was called Notes and Domino 12.0.2. So I focused on what was released in 12.0.2. But there are other products that were introduced in past weeks or months. Together with 12.0.2, we introduced new version of Domino Leap, low-code, no-code platform where you can develop on Domino. In web, you can assemble applications, and same time premium for web conferencing, chatting, also with integration features, new security possibilities, and so on. I did not cover these topics here because we have a separate events planned in this CEE Café series. The next one will be in April, and we will do Leap, this low-code, no-code platform. We will do Leap topic. Then in May, we will cover the latest news that we expect that will be presented on Engage, big annual conference in Amsterdam. And before summer vacations in June, we will do a special session just for same time premium. And if you allowed to travel, and if you want to join the big conference in Netherlands, in Amsterdam, you are warmly welcome to join Engage conference. You can register or check the agenda on Engage UA. And if you are Czech or Slovak, speaking Czech and Slovak customer, we organize at the last day of May annual SUTO symposium, so you can register as well. That's a summary from the content that I prepared. Now I will check the discussions. Opening X pages, scope, open data. Yeah, X pages scope I can't answer. I'm not a developer. I do not develop. But there in previous version you had to you can share Java libraries both in Java agents and X pages, and now you can share the same code. Oh, data, there was no, yeah, a good point. No data, yes, there was, but I already defined it, because for the first time I filled it username and password, and it is probably part in this data source. Good point. Yes, username and password was required, and Excel stored the credentials. So the question was, yes, in Excel I just put URL and did not put username and password, and I think it is here, credentials, and yes, this is it, super admin password, and it is stored for some time, for example, for some days. It is stored in Excel. Yes, it is secure, and username and password is required. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us for the first event in this year. As you see, we will continue with these webinars for the specific topics. You can use registration link that you have in your emails and register for the following events if you want. You have our contacts, and you can contact us or your business partner if you have any questions about Domino version 12.0.2 or any other related product, like same time connections, Leap, or something like this. Thank you. Have a nice day. I'm closing the recording and looking forward to meeting you in some future event. Thank you.